Hello everybody, back with vlog number 3 and I'm getting into these. Today we've got a bit more of an exciting one. I am going to an event this evening hosted by Samsung for the launch of the S25. I think it's like an influencer event. I'm not really sure what's happening or don't really know. They've not really provided much details. I'm just going to show up and have fun and I'm going to try and vlog it. I'm also just wrapping up some YouTube long form stuff. I've got a meeting in an hour with my agency and again just going to chuck in lots of behind the scenes stuff, so hopefully you'll pick up some information, get some value from it, and I will see you at my desk. So welcome back to the vlog. I don't know why I'm excited for the vlog today. I wasn't sure when I was going to do my next vlog, but this Samsung event came up and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to just throw yourself in the deep end, try vlogging in a different scenario, outside, around people, and it maybe will be cool, maybe won't be cool, but yeah, I'm really excited to vlog today, and also to go to the Samsung event. I talked about in the last vlog how, you know, Samsung are one of my key sort of brands that I want to work with, so it's super important, this event, to just establish some initial relationships with people at the agency that manage the Samsung Ambassador Program, which is where they kind of, you know, get you on a contract and a program where you're like exclusive to them and you make videos for them. They pay you a yearly, like not like a salary, but a lump sum of money to basically make videos throughout the year. And so that's something that I'm considering going after and want. I'll talk about that a little bit later. I am just finishing up a YouTube video, long form one, obviously, just doing some cutting. I've obviously taken on my editor and I found that it's just a bit more efficient for me to just go through like a first cut out any waffle, be kind of critical with just making sure that I'm not sort of over explaining stuff, which I tend to do in some of my videos, and just cutting that out, and also just, you know, tidying it up. So then I send it over to him and then all he has to do is just animate. I'm happy with the first one that came out a few weeks ago. It's doing very well. It's a 1 of 10. That video, my first animated one, so very, very happy with that. And so I think I'm just going for an approach of doing a talking head, then a vlog, talking head, then a vlog, like alternate. And that's really a good balance for me to figure out what my next talking head is and also figure out what my next vlogging. I'm really liking this alternate structure. I've actually started to also plan the vlogs a little bit more. Look at me. I've got, you know, part 1, this is today's B-roll, part 2, part 3. So I've got like a meeting in an hour or so with my agency about brand strategy. We're going to talk about, again, like who my key brands are, and then I'm going to probably get ready after that and start thinking about going to the event. But yeah, I'm really excited to film today's vlog. It's going to be, again, focused around brand strategy and just giving you behind the scenes of what my thoughts are around just these little things like going to an event to build that relationship with somebody and how that goes. And I want to, in my head, I'm trying to take you on a journey from me having the desire to work with a brand like Samsung and showing you that process from me not having a relationship with them not knowing who I am, and how I am making progress and steps to getting that Samsung ambassadorship, potentially, or potentially Google. Google do have one as well. So yeah, I really want to take you through the steps and journey because nobody does content on this. I've never seen anybody do content on this, and I think it would be valuable to see how it's done so that, you know, when your time comes, you can also implement it as well. But yeah, before I start waffling, I'm going to just prepare for my meeting with my agency, outline some of the key brands, and I will kind of do a debrief after that. Also talk about the 11 Labs and that, because I did go to the event the other week and met him. And yeah, talk about the plan of action for this evening. Oh my God, how could I forget? How could I actually forget? I've got an Osmo. I've got an Osmo. Here it is. I said I was going to get one. I've got one. And I'm going to be filming everything on this once I've left the flat. All the talking heads, all the B-roll shots. I've got a wide angle lens. I've got Pro Mist filter, ND filter. I'm probably just going to use the wide angle lens and the Pro Mist filter. I'm going to be using the DJI Mic 2 to record the audio. But yeah, everything in this vlog is going to be shot on this. So excited to show you that. just had a meeting with Will, my talent manager at 16th, and basically what we did was just went through like all of the brands that I've previously worked with to just establish like what sort of relationship I've got there and whether I want to work with them again, and then also a list of brands that I've never worked with before but really want to work with, and I've just got like a little Kanban board here, and yeah, I was going to start looking at whether there are existing relationships that exist with the brands that I want to work with amongst his team and the other creators, and just start establishing a relationship there. I also basically asked for the Samsung event tonight, who are the decision makers, who are the people that I want to talk to build a relationship. I've got 3 names here of people that I'm going to try and make sure that I speak to and just introduce myself to and just tell them like what I'm about. And overall, just really happy with the progress that I think is going to be made now. You know, it's a bit uncertain joining a new agency. My last agency were great and did a very good job, and now that I've changed, I wasn't sure like how they would operate, different processes, different business, different way of managing and handling me. But yeah, my nerves have definitely been settled, and I'm confident they're going to be able to take me from here to here when it comes to my brand partnerships. Also, just wanted to say, like I mentioned earlier, I went to the event the other week to meet a guy from 11 Labs, Luke, and I met him. I introduced myself. I was, this is what I do. Love what you do. I've done multiple videos for you guys organically, done millions of views. And I was like, I'd love to come into your office and chat. And I said, I know you guys don't do influencer marketing, so I'm not looking for like a paid partnership, but I was like, I'd love to, just sign an NDA and you let me know when you're releasing stuff so I can be the first to make videos and get a video out. I said, if that's the first step in the relationship, I'm happy with that. And you guys will, get me producing videos for you organically, like unpaid, and they'll get lots of views. So it's a win-win there. So that's what I presented. I'm hoping, I've messaged him on LinkedIn earlier, hoping to book myself into a meeting in their office, which is based in London, and hopefully just build out that relationship there. Just gonna wrap up a few things now, have a shower, start getting ready, and I will see you when I'm outside of the event. Okay, so I'm on London Bridge right now, Big Ben just here. There's some sort of light show, I think, that's happening. You've got a True companion there. I think there's a light show happening in front of here. It's a little bit cold though, and I'm not really sure, nobody's really sure what's happening or whether we're going somewhere after, or are we just watching the lights and going home. I honestly don't know what's happening. I don't know what time the light show is happening. Honestly, I just hope there's food and drink. It's freezing. My hands are freezing. The Osmo though, oh my God, filming like on the tube in public is so good because you can just hold it like down by your waist. I don't know whether I'm peaking here. I don't think I'm too bad. We're going to just TBC. I'll be back when the lights come on, or when I have a further update of what the fuck is going on. Okay, so there's been a light show that was, let's just say, somewhat underwhelming, and now we're waiting around for maybe another surprise, or, I mean, I wouldn't say the first light show was exactly a surprise, and so now we're just kind of waiting around. We're all just like stood here. I mean, it's a nice evening. Maybe I can get some nice B-roll shots of central London and make the most of the vlog, but we shall see. Okay, so apparently the light show is all that's really happening here, and there's nothing else planned. I am laughing at my excitement this morning. I guess sometimes shit just doesn't go to plan or how you expect. I think just don't always go to plan. It is what it is. We're trying to make the most of it. Hopefully we go to drinks after and I'll still be able to like chat and network a bit more. Might go for dinner. Might be able to get some nice shots of London, as I said before, but yeah, not sure what the plan is now. So we've just left the bridge to get some drinks and food. Hello, Seb. Seb Jeffries.
Can I say hi to your vlog?
No. You can do.
Hey guys, subscribe to my channel, it's better than Ben's.
We've just left to go get some food because it's freezing. It's 8:08. So yeah, hopefully the food is... Do you know what? I'm going to take it as a win because I'm not going to be hungover tomorrow. I had planned to be hungover tomorrow and I had written the whole day off in terms of my to-do list and was basically pushing everything to Friday. So we'll take it as a win. I'm going to be able to do some work that I need to do tomorrow. And yeah, so we're going to get some food now and then I will see you back at my flat. Honestly, I am so sorry for overhyping what the event I thought would be and it just being kind of a disappointing vlog. And when I was at the event, I was thinking, oh no, what about the vlog and what am I going to say when I get back now? And do you know what? I actually thought this would be a good opportunity to just show you the reality because this wasn't the first time this has happened and this won't be the last. And I think looking at the event, after speaking to some people, I think the agency that invited the influencers weren't the ones that had organised the event for Samsung. Samsung had organised the event with another company, and so the agency didn't actually really know what was happening at the event. And so they obviously invited everybody to Westminster Bridge opposite Big Ben, and we watched this projection on the buildings, and that was kind of it. And everyone was kind of stood around like, is there anything else happening here? Is there any other surprise? And sort of nobody really knew, and everyone was just like, okay, well it's freezing, and you know what? And we just kind of ended up just then getting some food. And like when I say this isn't the first time this has happened. What generally happens in the influencer event space is companies and agencies, they like hype up events and they like want as many people to go, or they want to make it seem really exclusive and and then you go and sometimes it's really underwhelming, and this has happened to me about 3 or 4 times now. And then what happens is that some people who are invited are under contract to make content. So the Samsung ambassadors that were there, they obviously had to be there, and they were the ones that were being prioritized and making sure that the content they were creating was, going to look good and they have everything they needed. And what you see online as a viewer is all of these like influencer events run by, oh my god, looks so cool, FOMO, wish I was there. I'm going to just give you some insight. A lot of the time, even though they look like really cool events, obviously it's in the best interest of the influencer making the video at the event to make it look good for the brand. They're not going to make it look boring. But as someone that has been to quite a few of these events and isn't contracted to make videos about them, like they're a lot of the time they're not as good as they look online. So just a bit of insight there, because I don't think a lot of people share that information, but it's just honestly the truth. And when I look back at myself at the event and the bridge, I think reflecting on it, I think I could have been a bit more sociable. I could have networked a bit harder, and gone and just put myself out there, but I kind of just wasn't in the mood. It was really cold, and some of my other creative friends were there, and we kind of just ended up just chatting amongst ourselves. And I think, maybe I should have just gone out and made a real effort, just some thoughts there. Maybe I could have I've done a better job at speaking to more people, but overall it kind of just made me reflect on whether or not Samsung and ambassadorship is something that I want anyway. You know, we've taken a big turn in this vlog, going from we're going to take you on the journey to not sure. I've definitely got some more thoughts around this. Maybe actually the Google one is something that I might prioritize, or maybe neither of them at all, because actually an ambassadorship is going to require me to do lots of things throughout the year, and yes, it will bring a big paycheck and the kind of the intangible value of being associated to a big brand. You know, is it going to cause me hassle and stress of having to like constantly create content on stuff that, you know, isn't, you know, really what it is? You know, there's one thing I don't like, and it's like creating content that, you know, really make something look like it's not. I try my best not to do that in my organic content, and I try to push back on any brands that make me do that in my ad content. And, you know, sometimes it's tricky because they're paying you money and you kind of have to sometimes just do what they say. So yeah, definitely give me some food for thought. But I did have a really positive conversation with Will earlier, and we'll be definitely going back to the drawing board tomorrow to think about, you know, which other brands are the priority for some like one-off deals and maybe some longer term partnerships. Because the difference between like long-term partnerships and like ambassadorships is that you could have a partnership with a brand and maybe just sign 6 videos across the year, and you're not an ambassador, you're just making videos for them. An ambassadorship is really, you're like really supporting the brand. You're not really allowed to use other products, and, you know, you are representing that brand throughout the year, which is different than like I said, like signing just a long-term kind of partnership with a brand. So maybe actually I look at more long-term partnerships with other brands rather than ambassadorship programs. But yeah, definitely gonna just think about the different brands that I want to work with, and sort of reprioritize what the focus is for Q1 and Q2, to just build my relationships in the places that I want to build them in. But yeah, overall, just, you know, sometimes shit happens, you know. Sometimes you, you know, put yourself out there and you make an effort to go and do some sort of networking, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You know, I didn't even get to really speak to the people that I had called out earlier in the vlog, and, you know, that just happens. You know, maybe there'll be another opportunity to do so. I'm sure there will be. You know, sometimes when I go to networking events like this, I get a lot out of them and I make some really key contacts, and, you know, relationships are built, and sometimes I get nothing. But I never let that deter myself from continuing to do them, because I know that like over the long run there's always like a massive net gain to going to them. At the end of the day, it was just one evening. I didn't really lose anything other than just, you know, some of my time. So it's not that deep, to be honest. Just a little bit just disappointed with the event overall, and was just hoping for a little bit more out of it. But the positive thing, like I said earlier, is that I'll be fresh tomorrow. I've got a few things to do. Just going to plan sort of my TikTok video, finish one of my YouTube videos as well, and the one that I showed earlier around, I actually didn't say what it was. It's about sort of improving your speech and talking on YouTube. That will be out, come out last week after I posted this. So yeah, just going to finish up those, and just get myself planned for the rest of the week, make the content. I think I'm going to continue to kind of include this sort of brand narrative. I think it's kind of interesting. I don't think people do too much content on this, so yeah, I'm gonna probably try and just keep in this sort of like storyline of this pursuit of either Samsung or Google or other brands, and I will always be very transparent with the partnerships that I'm looking to build with brands. As like I said earlier, I wanted to take people on a journey from the Samsung one and that, but even if it's not Samsung, like other brands like who have no idea who I am, like how I'm going about it, because every brand is going to be different. Every approach and strategy to getting in front of a brand and signing the deal and building a partnership is going to be different, but there are going to be things that apply to all. So I'm very, very keen to just continue to take people on that journey so that you can learn, you know, how I do it, and what I learned from my management, and how, you know, we win deals and get partnerships, and where we lose and why, and, you know, what we can improve on, and so on and so forth, so that, you know, when your day comes and you're ready to start working with brands, you can take in some of the things that I'm doing that's helping with the success of me getting deals, and implement it yourself. So yeah, sorry the vlog wasn't as exciting as I made out it to be at the start. I didn't want to take it out. I'd done the intro at the start and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so hyped. I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to keep it there because I really wanted to show people the reality. I was going to cancel this vlog, but that wouldn't be me. I'm making these to show what it's really like to be an influence, what really is happening behind the scenes, and it's not just all fun and games, it's not just all the lavish stuff and that, because that is just not how it is, and I will stand by that till I die. So yeah, hopefully you still found some value in it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.